to another reaction video. Today is a reaction to a woman who's talking about dating rich men in Atlanta. Now, before we get into this, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel, so let's get into it. Before we get into this clip, let me go ahead and leave you guys with a thought to go into this video clip with. Wife, companion, fun girl, or gold digger? All right, let's check her out.
Okay, so the funny thing is, it has come to my attention that y'all got my last video all wrong. I didn't mean to say dating in Atlanta. I meant to say dating rich men in Atlanta.
Damn. Okay.
A lot of y'all in them comments. It had nothing to do with y'all. So Kevin said he was lying when he said there's not a lot of high value men out here. There are. Actually, Atlanta is #1 for black wealth. So most of the guys that I meet here and that approach me are well-to-do. And they will take care of you. They will pay rent. They will set up lines for you to do whatever you need. They will help you with business. They will take you to nice places, nice trips. You will be treated very well. But there will become a point where you're gonna find out something. And that's what I meant to say. You will find out that with that type of status, they are either have a lot of women or are down low. I haven't ran into that yet, but I'm sure it's around or whatever. I just haven't ran into an issue that stands out that I could say that. Or you come to find out they're married or they have children all over the place. Or
Now, I'm starting to really question some women's IQ. Like, how smart are they really? Right? Like, I mean, am I the only one? Do you guys ever wonder about the IQ of a woman? Because when she mentioned Kevin Samuels, right, she made it sound as if he was saying there are no high value men. But what Kevin Samuels was talking about was that those high value men have options. Right? So this leads us right into the discussion when you guys are thinking about a wife, a companion, a fun girl, or a gold digger. Think about this, right? A wife is the one you want to build a life with, right? The one you want to have children with. A companion, that's the one that's going to be there no matter what, no matter if you're broke, no matter if you're sick, right? Because you will need that in your life at some point in time. Then you have the fun girl. Now, the fun girl is going to give you headaches when she is not having fun. But the thing about the fun girl is she's having fun with as many men as she possibly can. And then, of course, you have the gold digger. The gold digger is the one that only cares about herself. The things that she said proved all of those points. For instance, high value men are rare. Now, she may not know this, but there are 3 million more women in the United States than there are men, right? And there are 166 million men in the United States. There are 169 million women in the United States. Now, when we're talking about the 1% of men that make over 650,000 per year, that means the majority of people are not making that. So I want you to think about what she just said, right? She's saying not dating, but dating rich men. So now she's talking about the rare guys, the guys that are exceptional, right? They're great at what they do because they understand business. This is the main reason why I tell you guys to adapt to dating, but focus on a better mind, a better body, and better finances, right? Making sure that you cover yourself in more than one area, because when we're talking about the numbers, right, it sounds like a big number, right? First, you start with 166 million. You take 1% of that. Okay, cool. Boom. You get 1 million. Or 1.6 million, right? Now, if you do the math, if you make the numbers smaller so that they can understand it, 100 to 1, 200 to 1,010, does that equal a lot? Now, it equals a lot if this is your mentality. But what was often said was you're going to have to share. Prepare to share those men because they have options. And we just talked about it. 100 to 1. Okay? Now, and this because women will lie, right? They'll say, oh, he needs to be tall, 6-pack, needs to be real good in the bedroom, right? They'll say all these things. So now you have to make that number bigger, right? It's not 100 to 1. Now it's 200 to 500 to 1 because an attractive man that's over 6 feet tall, ridiculous, right? Okay, move on to the next point, which is she's being shared. Women used to be shamed for this. Now only men get shamed for marrying a pass around. But if you listen to what she was saying, she made it seem like she was dealing with a lot of men, right? She tried to shame the men by saying some of them are on the down low. Now, here's the thing. Let's just say that that's true. Now we go from 100 to 500 to 1 to even higher. Now we're talking about 1,000, maybe even 10,000 to 1, because that's just how the numbers are breaking down. So again, is this a lot of men? It's not. And the reason men are getting shamed is because it's like you go into a place with all of these rich guys doing business and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I had her. So now you have men who can confirm or deny if that woman got, a good mouth, a good throat, or if she got some of that good wet, right? Like now you have guys who can agree or disagree when that's not what men are really looking for. Not if you're looking to put that woman in the wife position, right? Now, if you're not looking to put that woman in the wife position, this is just a woman that all of these men have bent over. Hey, then, you're saying what you need to say. The third point is she doesn't understand you don't get one to yourself. She said it out her mouth, but she's not understanding that you don't get one to yourself. You have to share. And she also said that, well, it's always something. They have a wife or they already have children. Well, this is what Kevin Samuels was talking about. In fact, this is what the majority of men are talking about. You don't get a man to yourself. And if you want one of those 1% men, you have to deal with that man and what comes with him, just like he has to deal with you and what comes with you. But for some reason, women's fantasy is allowed to just run wild, right? So wild to where it's a ridiculous fantasy. And I guess the fantasy it works for them because it's based on how they feel, right? Whereas men, we're looking at logic. We're looking at the facts like, dang, okay. All right, so all of us men, we get 1,000 women or 10,000 women, right? So now, hey, as long as you get your stuff together, get your mind, your body, your finances together, now all of a sudden, you got so many women that there's no way you could possibly deal with all of them. But that doesn't mean you don't get to have fun with the ones that you actually want to have fun with. The scandalous part is her little wet, it ain't wet enough. It ain't good enough to keep one, because if she was able to keep one, she probably wouldn't be talking about dating in Atlanta. She would be talking about being married in Atlanta, because those women who are wives, they probably look better than her. Now, I think she's an attractive woman. Well, it's kind of hard to tell because her, she got a face full of makeup and, I don't know. I don't think all of that hair is hers. So who knows how long her hair is? Who knows what she actually looks like up under the mask? Like, I really don't know. But based on what she's presenting right here, I'm under the illusion that she's at least attractive. Okay, fine. Now that we get that, this is where women hit the wall, right? This is where they get put on wall watch, because now the damage and the trauma is setting in from all of the men that she's dealt with, or all the men that have bent her over. And I mean, just beat the brakes off to the point to where now, like, it may not have affected her when she was younger, but as she gets older, she's realizing, oh my gosh, my hair is falling out. Oh my gosh, my hair is turning gray. Oh my gosh, my skin is wrinkling. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to get moles. Oh my gosh, what is this? What is this? Menopause? Oh my gosh. Oh, right. So now she's dealing with health issues with a decline in her looks. This is why I say women get more expensive. Now, when we talk about expensive, I want you to understand, while she's young, she's already dealt with men who have bought her businesses, help her start up a business, right? Help her get on her feet. But then she realized, man, that's hard work. Running a business is hard. Right? So now she has even more damage from that because she doesn't want to do it. Right? This is what leads her into being more expensive, because now that she knows that rich men actually exist, that's her standard. Right? So she's expecting for you to have $1 million life policy that she can get, that she can have, that she has access to. Not the fact that, you could just take her out on a trip. She did that already. Not that you could just buy her a purse or take her to an expensive dinner. She did that already. Now she's looking for you to give up your life, your finances, everything you've acquired in your life. But what she's not understanding is she explained that you either have to share, you're going to be shared, or you do not get one to yourself. It's all the same thing, but for whatever reason, she thinks it's something different. Now, fellas, this is why I constantly say adapt to dating. Women are sexually free. They're so free to where she's not shamed for this. Nobody is shaming this woman for being with all of these rich men. When you reach a certain level, you're aware of what's going on within that circle because it's not a lot. In her mind, she thinks that that is a lot. But if she's in one area, right, that means when these people do events, they're doing business together, which means they kind of sort of know each other, or they know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, which means they are connected. Now, the reason that that is important for you to know is because if you walk in with a woman that everybody has had, you're going to feel some type of way. Because when she goes off to walk off with one of those guys, or if you notice that she's real friendly, it's because she's had a really good interaction with those guys. Now, fellas, to improve yourself, to build up your confidence, it takes this type of knowledge to understand, hey, a lot of women are being passed around. A lot of women are not what they are presenting themselves to be. This virtuous woman that's going to have your back. When you understand that, your confidence can raise because you'll get out of the thinking that this woman is going to be loyal to me, loyal to you, right? You're going to realize that they're loyal to themselves. They're loyal to the lifestyle that you can provide. Once that lifestyle is no longer provided, she is gone. She's out the door. She's going back to wherever she came from. So building up your confidence is going to take repetitive action, consistent action. The key word is action. Meditate, work on your mind, build new skills, get a new skill, learn something new, learn to do something that you haven't done before, and see if you can add some type of process to it that helped you once before. Next is exercising. Be active, get your body moving around, maintain your flexibility, because as you get older, you're going to need that flexibility for more than just being intimate. You're going to need it just to walk around in this life. Health is wealth. And then, of course, we cannot forget about wealth. Now, it doesn't make any sense to build riches or wealth if you haven't invested. In fact, it's really going to be hard to maintain it if you're not skilled or at least understand investing. So the main key here is invest in things that give you a return on your money. Me personally, I like dividend stocks. This is not financial information. This is just infotainment. Now, with that being said, fellas, I got a question for you guys. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that we're done with the video, do do me a huge favor, like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.